Good morning, everybody, from Houston, from our studios. I am in my studio at Silver Steel Studios, and John is at his home studio today.
Yes, in Huntsville. So we're reaching out across the state.
Yes. John, you want to do some housekeeping before we start?
Absolutely. Sounds great. We are simulcasting on Zoom and on Facebook Live. So if you're with us on Facebook, welcome. Delighted that you're here. The problem is that we're broadcasting through Zoom, so we can't see you on Facebook as readily, and there is a delay. So if we're not answering your comments, or Bogdan's trying to keep up with it on the phone, but there is a delay, and we will get to you. Don't feel ignored. If you're joining us on Zoom, welcome as well. And everything that we're doing today, the whole idea of this show is to present what we're working on, the kinds of art that we're doing, and everything is for sale. So if you find something that you love, grab it. We can ship it anywhere in the world. That's not a problem. And I was watching the news last night, and I just wanted to point out that when you're buying local art, there is no chain supply problem. We can get it.
That's a good point.
You know, you may not be able to get your designer watch or that favorite toy, but you know what? I can paint a picture.
Very smart. Now, listen, I want to ask you another secret. What do you do with your skin? You look like baby.
I found a filter that makes me look young.
Okay, I thought you went to a cosmetic procedure or something.
I've got a rubber band on the back of my head pulling my skin forward.
All right, guys, let's get on with the show. The first pieces we want to feature today, let me switch back to the slideshow, are this one of mine, Intersect, and John, it's a new piece, just completed, that it's Petal Pile. Now let's talk about this first artwork of mine, which is Intersect, because you guys, I do photography, but once in a while I play with mixed media as well. So this is
quite well.
And this is an early work. I started like 6 at the time. I think it was the beginning of COVID. I don't remember very well. And I actually try to do some circles with black ink, and then I mix it up with some acrylic, and it didn't go anywhere for a long time. But then I said, I'm going to draw, because, okay, it's abstract, but to me, when I do an abstract, there needs to be an element to connect with. So an element that your brain recognizes. So I start drawing with ink pen all these lines and circles and I don't know how to call this wavy little thing, swirls. And then they were actually left in a drawer for a long time because it was not completed until a few months ago when I pulled them over and I looked at them and I said, I know what they're missing. And I added this foil gold all around the circle inside, and that made me very happy. That was a complete artwork, and this is how actually it looks.
Boy, when it catches the light, look at that.
Yeah, and this is there are squares, there are art on paper, and it's 12 by 12 inch. They are framed, they're coming, this series is coming framed on a 16 by 20. They are dry mounted and floated. They look brilliant.
I thought it looked lovely when it was black, or when it was black and white, when it was just the ink drawing. Mm-hmm. But I got to admit, when it was that way, it was attractive, but it didn't really wow me. When you added the gold foil, it really pops. It really
right, and it's that gold with the blue that it's such a pleasant combination, actually.
You know, I think we got that from Russia. There's a lot of I use a lot of golden green and golden blue. It kind of looks like some of the buildings in St. Petersburg.
I don't know. I think it's a mixture of memories that we bring from all over, because we travel extensively.
Stunning work.
And guys, if you wanna get a closer look to this piece, come to my studio 111. I will be here this Saturday from 12 to 5. It's an open Saturday in Silver Street Studios.
It also kind of reminds me of your commute every morning on the freeway.
Yeah, you're right. Very, how to call, unpredictable.
Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you.
And yes, what I wanted to add is that there are 3 pieces that look similar with this, and they can go like how do you call that? Not triptych. A triptych, and you can get a look for other artworks like this in the studio. Mm-hmm. They're actually uploaded on my webpage, so everything is in there if you want to take a look. accessbogdanphotoart.com, and you will get a view of everything. Now you finish a beautiful piece. Let me switch to the art, to the slideshow.
Well, as you guys may or may not remember, I'm part of an art lab, which is part of the art residency program through PRPGMX out of Mexico City with Michael Swang. And it's an 8-week program, and I've just finished week 4, which means I'm halfway finished. The whole idea is to create a very, very large piece of art. And I've tried several studies to try and experiment with how I'm going to incorporate interior illumination into painting. So I did one of these similar painting several years ago that I really did like the way the light shone through it. And so I said, let me try that again and make sure that I can achieve that again. And I don't believe it's as good as, well, it's as good, but I don't believe that the lighting is the same as it was in the original, but I really like the piece. I call it Petal Pile, and it's got this meditative quality of these gentle falling of blossoms gathering up at the bottom. Again, that trying to grasp, instead of a bright source of light behind it, kind of a shimmering light that is on a gradient. So it's moving from lighter to darker as you move down the screen. And of course the flowers add, and it's really interesting. I'm not sure it's showing so much on that photo, but in person, these flowers pop. They look like they're 3D.
You wanna hold the painting?
I've got it here. It's 16 by 20. It's not a big piece.
But it's really beautiful and very, very pleasant. And I can't believe you're still able to see after painting those.
Yes, they get rather detailed.
Yeah.
But it's very calming. I just really love the green.
And I like that green doesn't show very well now in a live camera, but in person it's very vibrant and very fresh.
Yeah, it's very
I really love it. It shows better in the picture.
And so I am pleased with the result, and I probably will use this idea on the large painting that I will start today and have 4 weeks to finish up. So you'll hear more about that as that goes along. But this one is finished. It's called Petal Pile, and it's ready to go if anybody has a need for lots of flowers in their lives.
No, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Now let's move forward. For those who don't remember, let me switch the slideshow very quickly. I have been reselected for the Fine Feria in Mexico City this time, and that would be from November 26 to November 28. And,
Thanksgiving weekend.
I'm very excited about it. And the actual fair will be in a building, or I don't know, it's a building or a how do you call this? A space, art space in the Resido Escandon. I don't know why I hear it's a misspell. It has to be an escandon, not escandon.
Yes.
And yes, if you guys have no plans for Thanksgiving Day, come to Mexico City and
oh yes, jump on a plane. Jump on a plane. No one travels on Thanksgiving weekend.
But I'm just saying, John, I need supporters. But yes, here we are. Also, the exhibition at the Artifact at the Trolley Barn Oven Era is still on, scheduled for start to November 5th, and the picture is as is selected, and it's from Inheritance series. Another image that will be on display at the Fine Feria in Mexico City, and if you guys cannot make it either in New York or in Mexico City, you can always come to my studio. I have one of the editions printed here, and it's a 20 by 30 print on a 30 by 40 frame, and it's beautiful. And here is kind of the proportion of it. I took a picture earlier today.
Looks stunning, and that picture is getting lots of attention.
Lots of attention. I mean, there are so many in these styles. You promote one at a time, basically. Mm-hmm. Now you are having, I think both of us are having a busy weekend this weekend, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You are going to a photo zine fest in Houston. Can you tell us more about it?
Yes. There's one called Uncle Bob's Photo Zine Market. And this is a zine fest that we were going to do last year, and it got canceled because of COVID. So things have been kind of on hold for some time. And so this one is strictly zines that are related to photography. And so that's what we will be doing. We went to one zine fest in Houston, 2019, wasn't it? And we also went to one in Austin as well, right before the pandemic hit. And it's just a very, very different audience. We also do this kind of publishing of zines, of children's stories, of photography books. And so
what are you going to take with you? We have several zine already in the studio. This is one of them, and it's also for sale in the studio. And it's a photographic zine that features the Inheritance collection. And we also have several others. One is on Road Trip Romania that feature our travel, travel journey toward Romania. And the photographs, actually, they are not just random photographs. It's from a point of view of a tourist. What would you take if you drive around Romania from the side of the street?
Things that you would see if from the side of the road, without going in anywhere and things like that. And if you remember the whole kind of impetus for this is we were pitching a children's book to a publisher in, where were we? In Berlin? Frankfurt. And she was looking at it. She said, I really can't use your children's book, but where's your photography book? And so the next morning, we were able to show her this presentation of a curated look at what you would see in Romania just from the side of the road. And I think it's fascinating.
And I want to add that, yes, we do have this photographic book on a zine format, but actually the book is available on Amazon as well. A Road Trip Romania by John Bishop and Bogdan Mihai. We
have 2 or 3 on Amazon already. And so we have others that are just children's books that are illustrated, but usually by Bogdan, but they're not photographic. So the ones we're taking this weekend will be the AB Cat book, which is a photographic ABC book of our cat, the Road Trip Romania, Inheritance, Decay, which is another one of Bogdan's photographic exhibitions. And I believe there was one more, I've forgotten.
You are going to get all these.
But that's not a zine. I was also going to sell some small photographs. So it should be fun. We get a completely different audience than we normally would get coming through the studio. I am very often the oldest person at these events. It's a younger phenomenon.
The oldest, but the coolest.
The coolest, yes. Last time I had to wear a hat because I just had surgery on my scalp.
Oh, that was
And
amazing.
I was like, I'm going to gross people out. And it was right before Halloween. Yeah, it should be a fun event. It's one that people have been waiting for a long time. There's this whole independent publishing movement. It's been going on for years. I knew about it because of libraries, but yeah, it's still going strong, and should be some really interesting, creative compilations of photographs in these different zines. So it'll be fun.
I mean, we'll just see if it's very quiet here at Silver Steel Studio. I may come and pay you a visit.
More importantly, there's a party after. So if anybody
it's
wants
for everybody?
to join, everybody, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, let's move forward. Something just went off here. I don't know what, a light. What, guys, we are open. I am open this Saturday. My studio 111 here at Silver Steel Studios will be open. This is, I believe, what, the third Saturday of the month?
Third Saturday of the month already.
And the majority of our studios will be open for business, and we will be glad to have you here and buy some art, look at some art, and chat with us. It's very important for everybody.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity, and it's not as crowded as those second Saturdays.
Now we have a new vlog, and this I don't know, either the name that you chose or the title or the image has the most plays. This
yes,
is the
we got lots of attention.
Most successful zine ever, right?
It's not a zine. It's the
zine. I'm set up on zines. I'm sorry. Vlog, I should have said.
Yeah. And it's because we started off the vlog with Bogdan in the emergency room, which he's fine, but that was quite the hook, I believe. Got people to watch it.
I wanted to look for that. I can't find it, it's too long.
And I got 2 more subscribers, so if you're not subscribed, this would be a good time.
Fantastic. Now, guys, always remember to check out our websites. We are uploading new works in there all the time. And this is mine, bogdanphotoart.com, and John Bishop fineart.com is John's website. And please do order your lovely artworks from our stores, online stores.
I had my big commission for Christmas, and Keith, if you're watching, it's all ready and in a box for you. So I have time now for my second big commission. So just
I told you that last on the fall biannual, I had a lovely couple looking on my photographs, and that they fall in love with everything, but they didn't say anything. And then Tuesday, the following week, they called me that, they are in love with such and such. Are they still available? And they said, I'm going to call you back. And there was quiet. There was this total, I thought they won't call back. And guess what? Yesterday, last evening, they called back and they said, we want to come visit you today. Are you around? Because we are planning to purchase something.
Oh, that's so grand. You actually had two people show interest. We had a very slow biennial this year, but you had two people.
Yes, I have already sold these 2 large pieces from In Motion to Lydia, and they go to her entertaining room, I believe.
Oh, marvelous.
Yeah, they're almost done. They're at the photo lab right now because I can't print them in my studio. They're too large. And by the middle of next week, they should be ready and hang on the wall.
So when you've got a limited series like you do, and say there's only 5 examples in the run, what happens when somebody buys different sizes?
All the sizes. It doesn't matter the size you buy. They are numbered. If they're 20, that would be 2 of 20. The next size, it can be smaller, and that would be 3 of 20. I don't believe in this hundreds number. There is not a limited edition anymore.
Right.
I mean,
And I know the reason I wanted to point that out is because not all artists approach them that way. And I think your way is more honest. When you say there's going to be 10 copies,
yeah,
there's only 10,
there'll be 10
regardless of
copies.
size.
It doesn't matter the size. Yes, it could be 16 by 16. Number 2 can be 36 by 36 inch, whatever. But that's the number. I am not going to have 16 by 20, 200, and then 16 by 16, another 300 or whatever. No.
I think that's a much more honest way to approach it and makes them more collectible and valuable.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Congratulations.
Thank you. Let's move to the next slide, which is you talking about the new art and the green ones, which you already did last week, but would be good to refresh everybody's mind.
Yes. So these two are the, again, every week for the art lab, I've been producing studies. And so these are the ones I did last week that I think we actually shared some of them with you last week. And they're on paper, acrylic on paper. And I just really, again, was trying to capture some interior glow. And I think it came through here. There's this kind of vignette going around the paintings, which in the middle kind of gives this lighter glow. And you can tell I do like my green.
And it really, I like this abstract that you did here. It lets you interpret whatever you want. I know that they have a name, but coming from Romania and growing with birch trees around,
they do look
to me is like an evening, and I see the moon, especially this one on the right, and between the birch trees. It's really beautiful.
I think they're very pretty. And again, I just love working on paper because I love the way it holds paint.
And yet you are exploring new things, right?
Yeah, and one of the members of the art chat, the art lab that I'm in, one of my cohort, said, if you're looking for this interior kind of glow, maybe you should change the format. Have you painted on aluminum? And I had to admit, no, I hadn't. So I got 2 panels of aluminum and I tried to paint them up. And I do think there is a glow that comes through from the metal itself. The issue is, of course, you've got to scar that metal up with a sandpaper, or I used what's it called? Steel wool, or the paint won't stick. Yeah. And I found that when I was using light washes, very thin layers of paint, it didn't stick very well. So it's not as translucent as I hoped because the paint wouldn't stick, but it does have this kind of sheen. I've got them here, if you want to see. I don't know if it'll come through.
Yeah.
They're just metal plates. And there is a real kind of mirrored quality in there, not only of reflected light, but that kind of shine coming from underneath the paint, which is what I was hoping for. So I have these 2 just finished, ready to go, but I haven't even named them yet. I'm thinking of some names.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
I think they turned out really well. The aluminum is not cheap, but I thought they were nice.
It requires a different approach when you frame them, when you hang them. I need to look into that to come up with a creative
way to do it.
Yeah.
I left the plastic on the back so that they would stay nice and shiny and clean on the back. Maybe no one will ever see them. But I thought they were fun. Good experiment.
And yet you still find time to do some Christmas decorations. And this is like the 2021 Christmas globes from John.
Yeah, every year I do something different. And every year they sell out, but I don't ask much money for them. These were done with spray paint and pour medium. They're cute. I think they turned out well.
What's the price?
$5. You can see it on the sticker there. Yeah. $5 for those, and I have some others that will be $2 that are little wooden pieces that are not as intricate.
Great.
It's just a way to have people pick things up when they're in the studio.
Right. And I try myself to stay busy with and play with new ideas. And here I am. What I'm trying to do here is to create a 36 by 36 piece made out of photographs. They will be, cut in squares by 5 by 5 inches, and then assembled together in a canvas or in a wooden board. I haven't decided that. I haven't got that far yet, and I'm still working on, because it's a lot of printing and a lot of cutting. And so this is one piece. It's going to be an abstract sunset in a way. It's going to be very interesting.
I passed by it in your studio yesterday and just stopped me. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them assembled yet. So they're like tiles. They're not like a collage. They're going to be like a mosaic, right?
Right. And I haven't decided if I should, when I'm going to mount them on the actual canvas, they should be on different sizes, different heights, I should say, or they should be flat. I'm working on.
Have you checked the clock?
The clock is 11:26. We still have time. I just want to tell everybody that I'm still working on the flower
those are lovely.
The black with a deep black background. I have several on them, and I'm doing one right now on a larger scale, printed again in various pieces of photographic paper.
You have to hurry. Winter's coming.
Yes. Again, we want to thank everybody once again for watching us, for supporting us, for collecting us, for believing in us.
Thank you.
And ta-da! The next two pieces we want to talk about, it's Blazes and Doorway In. So Blazes, guys, it's a new piece I finished last week, and I was at the point to print some Texan landscapes, and this is on Big Bend, and I printed. I'm not kind of a traveler sort of. I don't do traveler photography, but yet I said I'm going to print some of those. They are beautiful, and then I had them on the table, and there's something did not talk with me, and I said they are missing something, and I came up with this idea of painting over. And the lines and the dots and actually are trail marks. That if you go on a trail, you can see all kinds of white lines, and that takes you from a place to another. And I said that would be a brilliant idea to just paint.
He had to explain that to me, that those trail signs along hiking trails and nature trails are called blazes. I didn't know that.
And then the piece is, I can't remember, 18 by 24, and it's dry mounted, and it's ready to go on a new home. And this is kind of the proportions of it. And it's still available here in the studio, in 111 studio in Silver State Studios.
All right.
I think it's you. And
very briefly, because I know we're almost out of time.
Before you start, it looks like Dali.
Yes, it does. And in fact, that was the inspiration. All my, the real inspiration I had early in my art career, when I was back in college, was the surrealists. I just found that amazing, because there's so much humor and so much thoughtfulness into it. So I was playing with these images and these symbols, and I've had these in the studio for ages. And someone ran across them last week and said, "Why do you not have these out?" So I pulled them back out and said, I'll feature it. This one is called Doorway In. There's another one called Doorway Out. They're on paper, acrylic on paper, and I just thought they turned out really nicely.
They're so pleasant, John. They're so fun.
And I think they look better in person as well.
So yeah, this is what we have to report in today's art chat. Always remember to check our websites. Come and visit us at any time. You can schedule an appointment, or you can just come and visit us. We are here. I am here almost every day working on various projects.
And I can be there in a heartbeat.
And also you guys can follow us on Instagram and John Bishop Fine Art, or myself on Bogdan on Instagram.
Have a great day. Stay dry if it's raining where you are. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching us this week again. Bye now.